You allege too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Mm-hmm. Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
Nicole Murphy has always been that woman who stays in her own lane. She's chill, private, and doesn't go hunting for drama. But when it comes to LisaRaye McCoy, oh, that's a whole different storm. Their connection runs deep, and the history between them, it's tangled, emotional, and messy beyond words. Once upon a time, these two were friendly. They smiled for cameras and shared mutual love and respect. But all of that came crashing down the moment LisaRaye openly accused Nicole of being the other woman in her marriage to Michael Misick. Yes, she really said Nicole was the reason her marriage crumbled. The way she put it, Nicole wasn't just involved. She was the main reason everything fell apart. That accusation shook fans, and the fallout was explosive. Even though Nicole and LisaRaye used to roll in the same circles, LisaRaye didn't hold back when it all came tumbling down. She came out swinging, calling Nicole a homewrecker and claiming she had a thing for married men. It was ruthless. LisaRaye made it sound like Nicole was running around chasing taken men just for the thrill of it. But Nicole, she stayed calm. She wasn't interested in clapping back or getting lost in the chaos. She's always been about protecting her peace. Still, if LisaRaye thought whatever Nicole allegedly did years ago was wild, oh, she had no clue what kind of storm was brewing next. Now, word on the street says things behind the scenes got spicy. Rumor has it that Nicole might have started showing interest in LisaRaye's new man. Not because she wanted him, but just to send a little message, like, don't play with me. That's how real it got. The gossip mill went crazy, claiming Nicole was just getting even for all the trash talk that came her way. Can you imagine the tension if that's true? The air between these two is thick enough to cut with a knife. Right now, people are whispering that there's no way they'll ever patch things up. It's giving never again, and honestly, it's hard to see a comeback from this kind of betrayal. The bad blood is deep, and neither one seems ready to back down. And you can't talk about this feud without mentioning the time LisaRaye went public with her shade. She was the first one to throw a punch, and she didn't miss. Remember when she called Nicole out over Antoine Fuqua? That was a moment. Nicole was caught on camera kissing Antoine, Layla Roshan's husband, while they were vacationing, and that picture blew up online like wildfire. One minute it was just a rumor, and the next, the internet was on fire. Everyone had something to say, and Nicole's name was everywhere. That scandal was a total PR nightmare for her. People started calling her out, saying she was trying to ruin Antoine and Layla's marriage just to take the man for herself. It was ugly, and Nicole got dragged through the mud. Then LisaRaye jumped in and made everything worse. When she started spilling tea, she didn't hold back, not one bit. She was bold, unfiltered, and made sure the world heard her side. She turned the heat all the way up and made it clear she wasn't letting Nicole off easy. This feud has all the makings of a Hollywood disaster. Broken friendships, betrayal, and revenge. Every time folks think it's cooled down, something new pops up to reignite it. And honestly, everyone's watching to see who's going to speak next, because in this battle of former friends turned rivals, anything could happen.
Thing is this, when you're a woman and you grown, let's handle it like a woman. Let's talk face to face and let's get it out. But here's the thing. I sat with her a couple of months ago, longer than a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. And
this was after the alleged affair?
Before.
Okay.
And I said, let's talk about it, because I waited a very long time for you and I to get like this right here, face to face, you know? And
no, she's talking about Nicole, not me.
Right.
Relax.
And we had a good conversation, because she said to me, you know what? We're two older women that look good that's in the business. I hate this. And I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. You know, we should not be in that position.
Right.
I will say this.
Enjoying the video so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to Fame Drop so you're here for the next one. Even back when Nicole was engaged to Michael Strahan, yes, that Michael Strahan, things were already looking shaky behind the scenes. On the surface, it looked like a dream match. The smiles, the glam, the wedding plans that had everyone thinking they were about to become Hollywood royalty. But out of nowhere, everything took a wild turn. Word on the street is that LisaRaye allegedly slid into the picture and dropped some receipts on Michael, the kind of proof that made him question everything. Can you imagine the shock? People were saying she showed him messages and photos that hinted Nicole might have been moving a little suspicious behind his back. Whatever LisaRaye allegedly handed over must have hit deep, because Michael didn't waste a second before pressing pause on that whole wedding situation. The buzz was that he went from planning tux fittings to canceling reservations overnight. It was like the fairy tale flipped upside down in a blink. Soon enough, the engagement was over, the ring was off, and Nicole and Michael were done for good. That breakup had fans gasping, wondering what really went down, and whether LisaRaye's so-called proof was the final straw that ended one of Hollywood's most talked about love stories.
I think Lila and Nicole have reportedly been close friends for years, and they travel in the same circle.
And my thing is this, plus, you know, you're not talking about it all the time. That's that friendship stuff.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, but listen, the whole internet's on fire about it. Even your sister, the brat, LisaRaye McCoy, jumped in social media and said, "Girl, Nicole Murphy, you went after Lila Rashawn's husband too? Shaking my head so wrong again."
Ooh, wait, hold on.
So what's the fine print of the tea? Like, did she go after LisaRaye's husband when she was married to the...
Absolutely. When my sister was the first lady of Turks and Caicos, absolutely.
What?
So when people started asking LisaRaye why she kept coming at Nicole so hard, like why she just wouldn't let it go, that's when LisaRaye finally decided to spill everything. She didn't hold back one bit. She claimed that Nicole had an affair with her then husband, Michael Misick, while they were still married. Can you even imagine the shock of hearing that? For LisaRaye, it wasn't just about another woman stepping in. It was about betrayal on the deepest level. LisaRaye said she and Nicole weren't just casual friends. They were close, like real-life sisters. They'd shared laughs, moments, and even leaned on each other through tough times. So when LisaRaye found out what allegedly went down, it cut straight to her heart. She said Nicole broke her trust in a way that couldn't be repaired. That's not just heartbreak. That's a wound that leaves a scar. She described it as the ultimate betrayal, saying she opened her home, her circle, her trust, and then Nicole allegedly flipped the script on her. LisaRaye said it wasn't about gossip or headlines. It was about feeling stabbed in the back by someone she once called family. That kind of pain doesn't just fade away overnight. And LisaRaye made sure everyone knew just how deep that hurt ran. Because when trust is gone, there's no going back.
That's true. Absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing. We've all done something that we regret. We've all made mistakes, and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a "I'm sorry" apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married? We all know that she was married. And that was 20 years. That's history. You don't do that amongst friends.
Right.
Because there's no loyalty.
Right.
There's no loyalty, and you got to look up, and your person that you invite into your house and you celebrating your birthdays and going to games with, you got to look up and they're in Italy with your husband.
Right.
And here's the real twist. LisaRaye actually came out saying she knows she and Nicole will never be friends again, but she claims she doesn't want any bad blood lingering between them. She said she's trying to stay on good terms and keep the peace since they still move in the same Hollywood circles. Sounds classy and grown, right? But not everybody's convinced that it's all love and light like she's making it seem. Some folks think LisaRaye's peace talk might just be another way to save face after all the drama she stirred up. Word around the scene is that Nicole's not feeling that "we're good now" vibe at all. She's allegedly heated that LisaRaye went public, airing out their business for everyone to dissect, and then tried to play it cool like she's the bigger person. That kind of flip is bold. People close to Nicole say she feels played. Like LisaRaye wanted the world to see her as calm and collected while still tossing subtle shade her way. Now the tension between them is beyond thick. It's practically electric. Whenever they're spotted at the same events, insiders say the energy shifts instantly. No smiles, no small talk, just that icy, "I see you but I'm not speaking" kind of vibe. It's safe to say whatever piece LisaRaye's talking about, Nicole's not signing that treaty anytime soon.
How'd you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rode on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, "Hey, girl, I'm coming," because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him, It's unbeknownst to me. I don't know how that could happen. Do you? I guess not.
I never owned a private plane or
Not that part.
no, I mean, I don't know, but meaning, yes, this is too rich for me. The manifest of the list, like, damn. So you saw her name on the list.
Mm-hmm. And I tried to call her. And, at first she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. I have not been. And it was like, well, wait a minute, and then I called again and then she stopped answering the phone. So at the time she was dating, at this time,
Michael
when
Strahan?
I found out, she was dating Michael Strahan. So I called him and I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, let me send you a tape that I have of proof, And so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
It was a tape of her and Michael where she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane and she gets out and he gets out. And I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other. And I'm going to leave it right there because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, would speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Me too.
Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I would think an enemy would do or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl, where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
And if LisaRaye thought Nicole being tied up with Michael Misick was the biggest betrayal of all time, what allegedly happened next made her want absolutely nothing to do with her. For real this time. Around 2011, the rumor mill started spinning faster than ever, and the whispers got loud. People were saying LisaRaye was getting close with Pastor Noel Jones. Yeah, that Noel Jones, the smooth-talking preacher known for his designer suits, fancy cars, and sermons that could charm a crowd. As soon as the gossip started swirling, LisaRaye jumped in front of it quick, saying, "There's nothing going on here." She wanted everyone to know he was just her spiritual guide, a mentor, a friend, and nothing more. At least, that's the story she told the public. But Pastor Noel didn't exactly come rushing to confirm that narrative. Nope, he stayed quiet, real quiet. And that silence just added fuel to the fire. When his show Preachers of LA hit TV screens, the producers leaned right into the speculation. They teased the idea of LisaRaye and Noel as a possible couple. Could the Hollywood beauty actually end up as a pastor's wife? Could Noel really handle someone like her? It was the perfect setup for headlines, and everyone was talking. Eventually, Noel broke his silence and said that he and LisaRaye weren't together, but honestly, by that time, the story had already spread too far to pull back. Fans had already picked sides, blogs were eating it up, and Hollywood insiders were whispering about what was really going on behind the scenes. Some claimed that LisaRaye and Noel were more than friends, that they had chemistry that couldn't be ignored. Things were apparently starting to get serious between them, until suddenly, everything took a sharp left turn.
It may be social media. No, social media took on a mountain of its own. And like I said, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And no,
you're talking about when LisaRaye got involved and said you slept with her husband.
Yes, and it's not true.
No, she talked real greasy on social media.
I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement.
That was the Turks and Caicos king.
Yes, saying it's not true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just focused on
bed with Roxy, so
it has nothing to do with me.
I'm just saying.
Boom. Enter Nicole Murphy. According to the word on the street, Nicole somehow found out that LisaRaye was getting close to someone she knew, and allegedly, she couldn't resist stepping into the mix. The story floating around says Nicole made her move on Pastor Noel Jones, maybe as payback, maybe just to remind LisaRaye who she was dealing with. It was bold, shocking, and pure Hollywood chaos. And get this, Nicole didn't seem sorry about it one bit. People close to her claimed she felt like LisaRaye had interfered in her personal life before, so now it was fair game. Like, if you play in the mud, you can't complain about getting dirty. Nicole allegedly went for it, full confidence, no apologies. And once again, the public couldn't look away. When the internet caught wind of that rumor, oh, it exploded. Fans jumped online instantly, calling Nicole out and saying she should have left the situation alone. Many felt she was being messy and dragging old drama into new territory when she could have just stayed quiet and kept it moving. Comment sections were lighting up, people arguing, defending, and throwing shade all over the place. But Nicole wasn't about to fade into the background. No way. The whispers about her and the pastor turned into a social media frenzy, and she became the center of another headline-grabbing moment. For some, it felt like she was reclaiming power. For others, it looked like she was keeping the feud alive. Either way, the whole situation turned into a Hollywood-sized soap opera. Fans were glued to their screens, watching every twist and turn, trying to figure out what was real, what was rumor, and who was really pulling the strings. It was the kind of story that had everyone talking, and no one could look away.
Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment. It's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be evil. They gotta have some help, and women like you are that type of help.
One person online didn't hold back at all, saying, Nicole Murphy is way too gorgeous to be acting this diabolical. Sleeping with your friend's husband? That's just low and icky. The comment section lit up with reactions like fireworks. People were shocked, angry, and disappointed all at once. Another user hit even harder, writing, I don't get how Nicole could end her marriage with Eddie after getting cheated on, just to turn around and do the same thing to her friends. It's like she cares more about staying hot and desirable than being loyal to LisaRaye or Layla. Those words stung, and the internet had no chill about it. Fans were split down the middle. Some defended Nicole, saying maybe she was just misunderstood, that the media twisted the story to make her look worse than she really was. Others weren't having it at all. They said the pattern was too hard to ignore, and if the rumors were even halfway true, it painted a messy picture. The online debates went on for days, with people dissecting every photo, every interview, every little moment that could prove something. It was chaos, the kind of drama social media lives for, and that's the big question that still has everyone arguing today. Was Nicole Murphy just getting her lick back, trying to prove she couldn't be played? Or did she cross a line that she can't come back from? Some say she was just reclaiming her power, showing that she's not the woman to mess with. Others think she should have taken the high road, walked away quietly, and left all that old Hollywood beef in the past. What do you think? Was Nicole just making a point, or did she take things way too far this time? Go ahead and drop your thoughts down below. Let's get into it. This whole situation has people fired up, and I want to hear which side you're on. And if you've been hooked on this wild celebrity roller coaster, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Fame Drop. We've got more shocking stories, more twists, and more behind the scenes chaos coming your way. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's next.